Hi, this is Anthony, parent of IRS Medic, Parent and Parent LLP. And in this video, I'm going to go over 5 really awesome business tax write-offs and deductions you might be missing. Now, here's the thing. I have something in here for everybody, whether you have a small business or a large one. So I want to start with something that is probably the most common missed deduction and write-off that small businesses have, and it's called this S-Corp Election. Here's the thing. There's a stealthy 15% tax on your income that may be more than your income tax. This is your self-employment taxes. All you need to do is pay yourself a reasonable wage, make that S-Corp election, and then you could really reduce an awful tax bill that you become aware of when you're self-employed. Now, here's the thing for people who are wondering, well, maybe I want to contribute the maximum into Social Security. Well, God bless you. After 40 quarters of the maximum Social Security contributions, you do yourself no good by contributing any more. Now, the next one I want to talk about is businesses with employees. I like this one. It's a profit sharing plan. It's a great way to compensate employees when they're performing great. You get a tax break as well. Not huge, but helpful. You could have other retirement plans, doesn't conflict with anything. And you have flexible annual contributions that can really be based on profits. So you're not agreeing to some obligation to pay into a plan where you might not have the cash flow. And typically you can elect your amount you want to contribute after the year is closed, so you know exactly how much you could afford to do. I also like this one too, because typically your benefits company will do all the legwork for you, which is pretty nice. Here's one for you. Hire your own children. This is a great one because when the amount paid to your child matches the standard deductions available to your children, the child can wind up with no taxable income. Yet their wages are deduction for your business. This is what I would say about it. Run your child through payroll, open a bank account, establish job roles, whether they're a model for your business, whether they're doing cleanup, landscaping, or maybe even they're your social media assistant. This is for businesses who own real estate or whether they're renting their real estate from a business they also own. This is a huge one. You do not want to miss it because the amount of savings per your effort could be a lot. And it's called cost segregation. Now, don't let that word scare you. What you're basically doing is you're taking elements of your business and you're accelerating that depreciation so you don't have to wait all those years to write everything off. And it's a huge savings. And what you need to do is get a cost segregation firm. And they have professional engineers, and their work is very difficult for the IRS to attack because they don't have an army of professional engineers. Typically, they take that report and accept it 100%. And really what you can think of is that you will get, what I see is usually whatever your business is, whatever your real estate is worth, expect about 10% of that value to come in as actual cash, whether as a deduction or or even an amended return. You can do it as well. And then what's going to happen though, is your property is going to have zero basis. It's going to go really down. The land will still have a basis. So the problem is when you sell it, you might have a massive capital gain, but this is where it sort of works in tandem. There's something called a 1031 exchange, so that you're able to get a different property and defer or not pay any taxes, even though you sold the property. So it's something you want to think about. Real estate is absolutely one of the best tax areas for tax write-offs around. It's really something you want to have in your portfolio as a business owner. It's just fantastic. The last one I want to talk about is captive insurance. And this is going to be for firms that have been around for a while and have been having some earnings. Really where it starts is you want to have about $500,000 a year that you can dedicate on a steady basis to your captive. So this limits a lot of people, a lot of businesses who are cash flows all over the place. So if you have steady cash flow, steady profits, really look at a captive. This is what it does. It will take your business's ordinary income and then you put it in your captive. And whatever you're paying into that captive each year that's a write-off. So a huge, huge savings. And if you're able to get your premiums close to what your income was, you could really get away with not paying much in taxes are involved at all. There are costs associated. So this is the thing, and it gets complicated. And again, you want to have about $500,000 a year so you can dedicate to funding your captive. If that sounds about you, then you really should do it, because not only does it give you a fantastic tax break, but really what I enjoy about it is it really gives you fantastic insurance against the risks that your businesses face. And now you'd have your own insurance company whose sole job it is to defend your business from all manageable risk. And the other thing too, a lot of the captive companies, they do a lot of the legwork too. So not burdening you with a lot of compliance work for yourself. You hire a professional company, and here's the thing, it is incredibly difficult for the IRS to attack a well-run captive. If you do read their press releases, and this is true not just for captive, but this is true for pretty much every good tax write-off, they always love to catch people who are doing them wrong and then have a press release about it to scare you off from what you're legally entitled to. So when you comply with the law and do everything right, the IRS is actually not all that interested in auditing you, because it's going to be a lot of work for not a lot of gain, and they'll figure that out quickly. Contact us if your business needs experienced tax advisory services. We've been in the business for 20 years, and we've helped everybody from small to large companies in the US and around the world. We really enjoy it. This is Anthony Parent of IRS Medic. Thank you for watching.